So here's the ingredients we're gonna use today. First thing we got smoked Gouda cheese, really good, melts just right, good flavor. Then we're gonna use some havarti cheese. Havarti gives it a more creamy texture when you melt it, so we'll put this in there with the mac and cheese also. Next, we'll have some aged cheddar. This is actually a sharp cheddar, about 5 years old, that I get at the grocery store. Really good, a little bit of a sharp flavor to it. Makes my my macaroni and cheese stand out a little bit more than everybody else's. One of the other things we're gonna use, smoked paprika, black pepper, sea salt, a pinch of nutmeg. We're gonna use some heavy whipping cream, butter, 2% milk, and some flour. The last but not least thing is the star of the show, some smoked brisket. We're gonna dice this up and get it ready, throw it in a little bit of bowl or something like that. Maybe toss it with a little bit of barbecue sauce, I don't know. We might do that. Some people like it, some people don't. So we're gonna do that and get this all set up. We'll be ready to go. So we got the brisket here. We're gonna cut it up in some decent sized strips. This is actually from the point of the brisket, so this is where most people get their burn-ins. So we're gonna take this, cut it into some nice chunks. Get that out the way. So if you were doing burn-ins, you would take them chunks, you put it in a foil pan, pour some sauce on it, and then you throw it back in the smoker for a couple hours, longer than you normally would with the other. Oh, this is so tender. Y'all can only be here to check this out. So that's about all the briskets we're gonna do today. I'll set this other brisket aside, and it'll probably go on some brisket nachos, or else we may chop it up, make some burn-ins for tomorrow while we watch something on TV, and we can just have something to snack on. So I'm gonna get this ready, then I'm gonna get these noodles in the water, get the cheese shredded, and then we'll work on our roux to make our cream sauce for the mac and cheese. Stay tuned. So what I've done now is just take my large elbow noodles, put them in boiling water, added some salt, just a little bit of oil, and you know, this is what we're looking like right now. And I'm gonna cook them about 10 minutes. Some people like to cook them longer. I like to cook them that long because I don't want them fully cooked. I want them a little al dente, so that they're you know, almost totally cooked. So we'll get these cooked up for another couple minutes, and then we'll work on the sauce. But I just wanted to let you see that. I got my cheese shredded, so that's already done. And we'll put this together pretty quick, so you'll have something you can use for your next family meal. So we got the large macaroni, totally cooked. I usually like to spray some non-stick spray on my pan before I add the cheese and all the other stuff in there. I'm gonna dump this macaroni noodles in here. And what I cooked was almost a pound, like 12 ounces, 16 ounces a pound. So, got that in there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of butter to that and stir it up. And sometimes that'll help keep my noodles from sticking together. So that way, it'll be separated when I go to add the cheese, and we won't have clumps of noodles. everybody can get their cheese on. So next, we'll go ahead and make the cheese sauce. Okay, let's get this cheese sauce started. So first thing we're gonna do is add equal parts butter to flour. So we're gonna let this butter melt. Add the flour, make a roux. I kind of have my pot on low heat to get it started, so it'll go pretty fast. You move it around, it'll definitely melt even faster. Alright, it's just about melted. Mixed up really well. As you can see, it's getting thick. You pull it back, you can see the lines. That's why I like using this type of whisk. I can kind of tell how thick things are. So I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer, get a little nutty brown color. And then I'll add my 2% milk. I'm gonna put 2 cups of 2% milk in here. And let it start warming up before I start adding my cheese. And I'm whisking while I'm pouring. Try to break up that flour as it starts to thicken. When that milk hits it, it thickens really fast. So if you can get in there and break some of that up, go ahead and do that. So we got 2 cups of milk in there. I'm gonna turn my heat up a notch. So this can start warming up a little faster. So now I'm just kind of watching this, seeing that it's getting thicker. And I think I'm gonna add probably 1 more cup of milk to this. Once I add that cheese to it, it's really gonna thicken up and have a really nice creamy base to it. So I'm gonna add some salt and some pepper at this point. So go ahead, season this up a little bit. And one of the things you can also use is white pepper. A lot of people use white pepper so they don't have the black specks in their mac and cheese, but I don't mind seeing the black specks in there because I'm probably going to add some black pepper to it anyway. There we go. And don't overdo this little trick. It gives a little flavor to it, just a hit of nutmeg. Very much at all. Let's get real cool. So we're gonna add our cheese to this in a second. And some little whipping cream. And we'll be sitting on top of the wood. Okay, let's add some of this cheese. But like I said before, I already shredded the cheese. I have some havarti, which is more white, creamy, the gouda, and then the aged sharp cheddar. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this in and mix it till I get my consistency that I like. And for what's left, we'll spread on top of the mac and cheese and finish it that way. One of the things is you don't want your cheese to burn, so you gotta keep this moving sometimes. Melt here in the next 15 to 20 seconds really good. And if I think I need more cheese, I can add a little bit more. And then once I add the heavy whipping cream, it's going to thicken up. Even more. That cheese is melting already. Some people do other variations. They'll take a roasted poblano pepper, dice it up, jalapeno, different things like that, Cajun season to make this, to make it their own recipe. So, you know, if you feel like you want to do something like that, go ahead and do it. It's not going to hurt anything. So you get it like this, get your cream in there, taste it, make sure it's where you want it to be, flavor-wise, before you add it to the noodles. And then you're gonna have the smokiness from the brisket. Oh, this is gonna be off the charts good. So I'll cook this a few more minutes, and then we're gonna add it to the noodles. Throw this thing together and put it in the oven. All right, people, now that we got this sauce finished up, I'm just show you how I can tell if it's the thickness I want. So I just take a regular spoon, dip it in here, and there you go. You see how it's sticking to that? That's the thickness we're looking for. Some people like theirs thicker, but I like my noodles to have some of the milk and cheese infused in it. That's why I cook it al dente, so it will soak up some of this also, and that will add flavor to what our finished product is. So again, if you look at that, you see that that's how you want it. Cheese is thick to the right point. So we're gonna take this cheese, and we're gonna pour this in here with these noodles. Look at that. And like I said, make sure you season your cheese sauce. Don't put no bland cheese sauce in nobody's mac and cheese. Then I'm gonna take some of the brisket chunks here. And we're gonna mix this up together. Get that smokiness. You know, try to make sure I have enough brisket in there, but not too much. We want everybody to be able to get a couple pieces, but we don't want to go crazy. We don't want to start no fight. So that looks good. I'm gonna pour the rest of this cheese sauce over this. Get all these corners, everything. Get that right. Then we're gonna take some of this cheese, put it on the top. That we shredded earlier. Some people take breadcrumbs and crackers, and they do all kind of mess. But we don't do that type of mess over here. We put cheese on macaroni and cheese, not breadcrumbs on mac and cheese. There you go. And to finish it off, we'll take some smoked paprika. We'll just dress it up a little bit. All right. Well, there's the first part. We'll take this, stick it in the oven, let it cook for about 30 minutes, and we'll have some of the best macaroni and cheese on the planet. Y'all don't know what y'all missing, but I'll tell you about it. So people, here's the finished product. This macaroni and cheese looks so delicious. The last thing we're gonna do is top it off with a little bit of KC Max. We're gonna drizzle that on there. We're gonna taste a little bit of this. Creamy, just a touch of sauce. Now that's good eating.